This is your one and only 𝐕𝑪park81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to some more ARK Extinction. Today we're going to talk about everything you need to know about the Scout. Let's get to it. If you want to craft one of these little guys up, you need to come to one of the many city terminals here, and you can craft them in here. You can see that they are going to cost you 30 crystal, 5 electronics, 20 element, and 20 metal ingots. That's super cheap. You can easily get that from busting lamps, tables, benches, all of that good stuff that are located all around the city. That will give you all of that, and then you can just come over here, drop it off, and craft it right up. You do just activate it, craft it just like you craft up anything else. Once you have it crafted up, you can put it in your hotbar and activate it. You can see it looks like you are holding a grenade. All you have to do is left click, you will throw it, deploy it, automatically put the visor up to your face, and consume 20 elemental dust. If you do not have 20 elemental dust on your person, you will not activate it. It'll tell you that you need the dust in order to deploy it. It also uses dust while you are moving around. You can see that its energy up there keeps flashing. When it flashes, that energy up there is what powers it. So when it flashes, it's consuming elemental dust because it's using the energy. Doing specific things like dashing and sprinting will increase the amount of elemental dust you consume. Every time you call it back and redeploy it, you will have to spend 20 elemental dust. When you are in this mode, the W, A, S, and D keys move you around, strafe you forward, back, left, and right. Spacebar moves you up. C will move you down. Your right mouse button will give you a little dash like you see there. Holding shift down will allow you to sprint, and clicking the left mouse button will shoot your laser, whatever it is, and mark a target. We'll get into more about marked targets here in a second. You can roll your middle mouse button back to go into third-person mode, although I don't know why you would do that because you lose all the benefits of being a scout when you do that. If you want to get out of scout mode, all you have to do is hit E. That is the same as like dismounting a dino. Instead, you'll just pull the visor away from your face and you are no longer the scout. You can easily call your scout back by clicking the right mouse button. Although if you look down at the bottom, when you don't have the visor up next to your face, you can see that there is a debuff, I guess you could call it, down there at the bottom, buff, debuff, whatever you want to call it, that is counting down. That once that hits 0, the scout will automatically come back to your inventory. You can easily refresh that to keep the scout out just by left clicking to bring the visor back up to your face, and then you can hit E again to immediately bring it back down, and it just refreshes that buff. So the reasons you may want to do that is to see the dinosaur that you have marked, and there's a ton of reasons why you would want to leave the scout out, one of which is because you lose your marked target when the scout returns to your inventory. Also, when the scout is out and you have it active, you can hit Q to put the item away, the controller, the visor, whatever you want to call it. You cannot mount dinos. You can see here that it just says access inventory. If you are on a dino that allows mounted combat, you can pull out the scout, you can throw the scout, and as soon as you throw the scout to deploy it, it will boot you right off of your dino. So keep that in mind. If you're in the middle of doing something and you want to throw the scout out and you're on a dino and you want to be on that dino, don't throw your scout because it'll kick you off. You can be picked up while using the scout. So your clanmates can, if you're tracking something, your clanmates can pick you up. You can be in the visor, you can be activating the scout, you can be following something, and your clanmates can carry you around. From what I've been able to tell, due to the fact that you can actually pull it out, it is marked as a weapon. However, if you are on a mount that allows mounted combat, due to the fact that it boots you off, it seems to be some type of hybrid mount system. Like you're actually mounted it like it's a dino, but you're not really. So it's like this weird, strange hybrid thing going on, because you can still be picked up, but then again, you can still be picked up when you're mounted some dinos. So you might as well just consider yourself as being on a dino when you have this little visor out and active. Okay, so let's talk about marking marking targets and how all of that can be helpful. So as you can see, when you are in the drone view, I guess you could call it, all friendly targets will appear green. Neutral targets will appear blue. So you can see we got a blue tappy up there. I don't see anything that we can make mad. Things that are hostile towards you will turn red, and fleeing targets will turn yellow. Let's see if we can maybe... Nope, he doesn't care, and there's nothing down here. So yeah, but you'll have to trust me on it. If it's hostile towards you or your drone, it will turn red. So let's take a look at marking targets. So we're gonna go up here. We're gonna mark this. Well, actually, let's go over here and mark something that's a little bit further off. Here we go. Actually, this will allow me to show you a hostile target. He should get mad and come after us. There we go. So that's what they look like when they're hostile. We're going to mark him, and we're going to bring our drone away from him. The drone can be anywhere. It doesn't have to be back at you. You just pull the visor away from your face, once again by hitting E, and we should be able to see that target. Okay, it took me a hot minute to find it. Let me pull out something here so I can point. You can see that little tiny blue dot. I got it like right, see the crosshairs? It's right at the tip of the crosshair. See that little blue dot right there? So that's a marked target. That's how far away. I mean, it's a very tiny target, but you can still see it. If you get closer, it gets bigger the closer you get. But it's really good for tracking stuff because you can use this to mark a target, say a pteranodon or something like that, or a tappy or what have you. And if it flies off, you can use your drone to help you track it. You'll also notice that you can see targets through stuff. So you can see down there, there we are, we're showing up, all of our friendly units are showing up through actual like structure pieces and stuff. So if we come over here, you can see we're still able to see, I think that's our enforcer over there. We're a little tiny, so we're kind of hard to see through all that, but you can see our enforcer and you can see other targets as well. There's something right there, so you can use this to help you find, whatever you're looking for out in the wild. However, I have noticed that it's not very good for hunting resources. This is specifically designed for hunting dinosaurs and other players. I've went to metal nodes and stone and they all look the same. I mean, you can see that, like that's a rock, but you can't tell that if that's a metal rock or a regular rock. Once you're done with your drone, once again, all you have to do is right click and you will call your drone back to you. Another thing that's important to note is that when your scout is out, there's really nothing that you can do. I mean, it can take damage. They do have a shield, but there's really nothing you can do to lose it. You can right click to call it back at pretty much any range. So if it goes out of range, and they do have a range, I'll show you that here in just a second. If it goes out of range, it doesn't really matter. You can just call it back, or you can wait for the timer to count down, which is what I'm doing now. We're moving really far away from it and we're waiting for the timer to count down. Once the timer counts down, it just shows back up in your inventory. So you really can't lose it aside from it getting destroyed. It's not like it can go too far away or anything like that. So here we are, we're extremely far away and we're gonna wait for just a second. This should be just about out of range to where you will start to get the warning. And there you can see it just come right back. All right, so we're going to deploy it again, and I'm actually going to fly out of range with it and show you what happens when you are out of range. So we're just going to head on this way, and we're going to just keep going straight till we get out of range. Nearing scout, we're out of range. So we're out of range. Just right click. And takes a hot second, but then it just comes right back to your inventory. So you don't have to worry about losing it aside from it taking damage. And remember that they do have a shield, so they can take a little bit of a hit before, if they get attacked by something, before you really have to worry. And if you are in danger of losing it, all you have to do is hit E to back out of the visor and then just right click and call it back to your inventory. Also, you can only have one scout out at a time. If we throw that that one there. We hit E to put the visor down, actually hit Q to completely put it away. If I hit 4, I can hold the other one in my hand, but when I go to throw it out, it tells me that there is another scout deployed. So all I have to do if I want to deploy a different one is just put that visor back in my hand and then just call it back to my inventory. And then I can go and deploy the other one. These guys spawn all over the city, and they will trigger enforcers on you if you attack another dinosaur near them or you attack them directly. Other than that, they don't really seem to care. When they are like this, that's how you know you have made one angry. It is following you, and if there are any enforcers nearby, they will jump on you and smash your face in. Other than that, like, you can do whatever you want. You can harvest. I've done all kinds of stuff. It tested a bunch of different things, brandish weapons, all of that. They don't seem to care. They only really seem to care if you're attacking another dinosaur. Now, for killing these guys, I've found the best option is a shotgun. So the primitive shotgun works. There we go. So I like the shotguns because they have the bigger AoE. Because these guys dash around so fast, they can be somewhat of a pain to hit. So having the larger AoE makes it a little bit easier. You can see how easy that was there. The pump action does a lot more damage and is a lot easier to shoot them. You can basically two-shot them. So primitive shotgun early game, pump action later game makes it really easy for taking them out. And if you're going to, kill a dino nearby, you can shoot them and knock them out that way, and then kill the dino without having to worry about an enforcer getting mad and coming to kill you. They do drop blueprints just like the enforcers do when you kill them. However, I've killed a ton of these and I've tested it thoroughly at many different levels. I've killed tons of them. All I've gotten them to drop right now is primitive blueprints, which are crap, and we'll get into that here in a second. I don't know if that's a bug. I'm assuming it's a bug, and they are supposed to drop different levels of blueprints just like the enforcers, because you can get everything from ramshackle to ascendant by killing the enforcers. So I'm assuming that them dropping only primitive right now is a bug, and it's absolute trash. Don't even bother picking them up and crafting them, because they're trash compared to the one that you can craft here. So let's take a look at the different levels, and we'll talk about it here. So I spawned in an ascendant remote because I couldn't figure out how to spawn in the actual dropped blueprint, so I had to spawn in the remote. So if we take a look at an level 1 ascendant remote, so it still gives us an idea of the abilities. You can see it has 5 shield, 150 energy, 15 energy gained per element dust. Its speed multiplier is 1 and its range is 40,000. It's the exact same as a tier 1 primitive crafted at the station. Now let's take a look at the different blueprints. So we have a level 10 here with only 3 shield, 90 energy. That's the other thing. Look, this has 150 energy, 150 energy, 90 energy. That's trash. We come over here, we're not doing much better at level 20. It's got 102 energy, 8 energy gained per element dust. Its speed multiplier is half of what you can craft over here. Granted, it's got 100 energy, but it's half the speed, and its range is a little over half of the range, 40 compared to 25,600. So I mean, yeah, and they're all like that. Look, level 20, 26,200 range, 93 shield, or 96 energy, 3 shields, same thing, 96 energy, 3 shields. We got a level 30, 3 shields, 100 energy, half the speed, 28,000 range, level 40, 27,000. You get the idea here. I'm just going through. So clear till we get up to even level 60 is trash. Level 100, we're at 30,000 range, still not the same speed. It's at 0.8. I guess you could say 82% of the speed that you can get from crafting over here. We get up to level 100. Once again, still not good enough speed. Not 130 energy compared to 150 energy, only 4 shield. It isn't until we get up into the 400 range, which I doubt you're going to find on your server, that they start becoming a little bit better. This is 9 shield, 260 energy, 45 energy gained per element dust, which is actually really good. It actually has faster speed. Its range is only is 40,000, which I think might actually be the cap, because if you look, they're all at 40. So yeah, don't even bother until they get it fixed. And if they don't fix it, I don't even know why you would bother crafting one of these. You can see it also costs more. This takes 111 crystal compared to the 30 crystal that you need for this one. I mean, and it's trash. Why would you spend more crystal, more, was it more element dust? Let's see, 74 element dust and 74 metal. Yeah, more element dust, it's more everything to craft one that's trash compared to what you could get if you just craft the base one over here. So the only reason you'd really want to kill these guys right now, like I said, I'm hoping that is a bug and that they change and that we can get Ascendant ones and Ramshackle and different tiers later on, because whatever level they are when you kill them is what level blueprint they drop. So if you kill a level 20, or level 10, level 40, whatever, it will drop a level 40, level 10, or whatever blueprint. Once they have it fixed and they make it like the Enforcer, so it drops the different rarities, it may, be worth crafting a blueprint. But right now, it is not. So like I said, look at this video and look at the date if you're watching this in the future, and check to see if that has been changed. Right now, the only reason you'd really want to kill them is so that you can not have to worry about an Enforcer beating your face in. All right, so I think that just about covers everything you need to know about these little guys. If I missed anything, let me know down in the old comments section there. And yeah, hopefully you found this informational. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my Elite Crew Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like the comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.